Well, since I've been doing a lot of bass stuff lately, and my last video was about doing a bass wiring harness that was treble bleed volume circuit and grease bucket tone circuit. The next thing I'm going to do is in that same vein. And here's why I've been doing a lot of bass stuff lately. My middle kid has, he decided that he wants to do bass. And I was a little hesitant at first because I didn't know how much of this was I want to be like my stepdad, and how much of this was actual interest. But I left a bass that I made in his room when I when I cleared out my office/workshop to come out here. It was to make a room for him in my old office. So that's why I'm in the garage now. So he has a bedroom, and I left behind a bass, and he kept picking it up and plunking away at it, and he didn't have to. He has a PlayStation 5 in there, he has an Xbox 360, he has a TV with streaming services on it, so he doesn't have to pick that thing up. But he does, and he plunks away on it, and so I show him a thing, and then he practices that thing until he's good at it. And it showed me actual dedication. And I was like, okay, I can actually invest in this kid now. So I enrolled him in School of Rock. Last week was his first week. This week is his second week. He just loves it. He wishes he could do it every day of the week. So I hope he keeps that momentum. That's why I'm doing so much bass stuff lately, is just for the future, just for when he gets a band and he's like wondering about how do I get a sound, or how do I do a thing, or I'm looking for a sound. That's why I'm doing all this now. So I got a package from StewMac. See here, it says StewMac. It is this. It's a push-pull CTS pot. Ugh. I tell my kids never to use their teeth on things, and here I am just tearing into it with my teeth. So here we go. This is a full-size CTS. This is a full-size CTS 250K push-pull potentiometer. Oh, my microphone just decided to go limp. My microphone just started doing this. I'm like, yeah, we'll all get there one day. But a full-size CTS, because most push-pulls you find out there are the mini pots. It was so hard for me to find a full-size pot that was push-pull. Very hard. So full-size CTS push-pull 250K solid shaft. We're going to do a project with this. These here are Fender. It's so bright. I don't know if that's going to show up on the camera. Anyways, it says Fender right here. Fender genuine parts. These are solid shaft CTS 250K pots. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using this to split the pickup of a Pbass from in its current series mode to parallel mode. So instead of it working together as a unit, they will be working individually, hum canceling in both positions. But that is what I'm going to be doing with this push-pull. The regular CTS pot will be a tone. And I'm thinking I'm going to add a treble bleed as well as a grease bucket on that. I think so. So it'll be a push-pull series parallel, treble bleed, volume, grease bucket tone. Here we go. Okay, right here I have a Fender .05 capacitor. This is a old-fashioned wax and paper capacitor. Just getting a little classic with this, so I'm going to use this for the grease bucket tone circuit. Okay, now we have it complete. You can see here's the .05 Fender capacitor with the resistor in line to it. This green one right here is a .1 UF capacitor. It's going between two legs. Basically, this is what your tone goes through to darken up, sending your tone to ground. This is bleeding. It's resisting, but it's bleeding a little bit of clarity back into that as you're turning your tone down. Kind of like a treble bleed on the volume, which there is right here. Volume treble bleed. So that is how these two work in conjunction. This is your additional wire that will be going to the bridge to ground it. This is a pure tone. You can see it stamped right there. Pure tone, full contact jack. The terminals, after being soldered in place, the terminals have been heat shrunk on there. Kind of color coded, black for the ground, red for the hot. That goes to that white wire. That just helps keep it secure and from accidentally grounding on anything you got going on in your bass. Comes with these classic P tone writer pickups, which are vintage voiced Alnico 5, but wound slightly hotter. These have a 10.6K resistance, and directly inspired by instruments from the 50s, scatter wound for harmonic complexity. Very excellent pickups Tone Writer makes. So those are already connected. So this whole package is like a drop-in to your existing instrument. This is a full-size, you can see, CTS pot, full-size pot. Everything's grounded in the harness, ready to go. Pickups ready to be put in a bass. These ready to be put on a your pick guard. This just needs to go into your bass under your bridge. Plug and play. So these are solid shaft potentiometers. So you will need the type of knob that has the set screw that pushes up against the shaft rather than the kind that have like the splines that just push on. You'll need proper knobs, so this is more for like a proper American or Mexican bass. You could put it in an import. You would just need to open up the holes on your pick guard to fit this wiring harness. And yeah, I mean, ready to go, ready to plug and play. I'm going to demonstrate the push-pull series parallel treble bleed and grease bucket tone circuit on my Pbass, customized Pbass. This used to just be a glary. Everything's replaced on it. I just used it for the skeleton. Bone nut, everything's been worked on, polished, complete different electronics, Fender high mass bridge. The only thing that's left of glary on this bass is the wood and the paint. So these are the Tone Rider Precision pickups, the P1s. Scatter wound a little hotter, 10.6 k ohm output. The strings are Ernie ball. That's it. So let's go do the push pull. So here is, just do a little riff here. So that's normal series mode. That's parallel mode. It kind of brings out a little bit of a brighter tone. It's hum canceling in both positions. It just, instead of them working together as a single unit, they are now working independently of each other. Kind of think like how it does on a Stratocaster in the 2 and 4 positions. They are hum canceling, but they are both working independently of each other, not in a series together. Now let's demonstrate the treble bleed. The guitar or bass is in normal series mode. So I don't feel like I'm losing any tone. I don't feel like I'm getting muddy. Let's do the grease bucket circuit. That was tone all the way rolled off into dark. So if we do this, that is full tone. We're wide open. So now let's test the treble bleed. So in parallel mode, it is a little bit quieter. It's not as much punch, but it's a brighter sound. Almost like nasally. Very interesting. So those are the different ranges of sounds. It almost gives you all the ranges of sound that you originally had, plus an additional mode that you can find sounds within. That's pretty cool. I like that. Got a little bass preamp down here. Let's see. Now let's go into parallel mode. So we have the tone circuit turned all the way down, so all the way darkened. We have the volume all the way up and the pickup split. So here they are normal. Here they are running in parallel. I like that. That's... So there you hear. There's a bunch of different sounds and configurations. You know, that circuitry would be good just for chasing a sound. Like you're writing songs and you're just looking for a sound. I don't know about like if you're trying to recreate sounds or find sounds, but I think that would be good for creativity of like got this idea and then like it just works in that song, like finding a cool reason to use the parallel mode. I mean, maybe even to like approximate a stingray on a Pbass, because when Leo was working on the stingray bass, it's that big humbucker, but the two rows of magnets are running in parallel, not in series as like a normal humbucker. So it kind of has that bright nasally kind of sound. That's super bright, so let's turn that tone down.